Dave, Gabe, congratulations. You've made it into the final round of this competition. Now we're sending you back to your home forest to recreate an iconic weapon from history. The Yadagon. Good luck, bladesmiths. We'll see you in 5 days.
Good luck.
I've been assigned to make a Yatagan. I don't know how to spell Yadagon, but here I am making one. I've never made a blade this long, and I've never made one that requires such an ornate handle. So I'm nervous. This is going to have to chop through a pig, a thigh bone, maybe try to cut through Will's biceps, I don't know. I'm going to make it to cut. I think I've got the curve right. I think I'm sitting pretty. Gabe, my competitor, is a very competent smith, so hopefully I'll have a blade that will stand up and equal or surpass his.
It's very important to get the rough shape today. If I do not get the rough shape knocked out today, then that'll throw the rest of the 4 days way behind. I don't have a power hammer or a forging press, so I have a lot of work ahead. This is my power hammer right here. I think I'm the underdog. Dave's got the upper hand. He's been doing it for a lot longer. It's his to lose, I think, and I hope I'm gonna come in there and sneak and take it from him. I really like the shape. Dave, you're going down, buddy.
Today, the plan is to make my mokume billet for the bolsters and the ornamentation that goes on the side of the blade. Mokume technique in Japanese means wood grain metal. It's laminated nickel, silver, and copper. And I'm squeezing them together under high heat, and they should bind to create an interesting pattern in the steel. All right, that's for later. It's quite time-consuming, but I think the end product will be worth it, assuming it takes. It's hot. Now, I see if I've got a viable billet. Yes. Not molten, also a good sign. This better be worth it.
One thing I'm concentrating on the most today is making sure everything is symmetrical and getting ready for heat treat. Feeling a little nervous. You have some things out of whack and it'll pull. That's one way you can cause warps. But I'm praying and hoping that's not an issue. She has developed. I have a nice warp. I don't have time to make another blade. I have to fix this warp, or I have no shot at winning. I'm gonna clamp the blade in a position so that the warp is overcorrected, and hopefully it'll fix itself in the temper. Otherwise, I have no idea what I'm gonna do.
The mokume came out great. It was worth it. And yesterday, I quenched the blade, and it came out straight and hard. Today, I'll start working on the ebony handle. So that to that. I chose ebony because it's really pretty wood. The material's a little brittle, but I think it should be just fine. I'm not really sure if I got this thing fitted properly. I'm gonna hope for the best right now. Success. I would like the test to be on a banana, a nice soft banana. But I suspect it's gonna be a giraffe or a fire hydrant or a cuckoo clock. I don't know what they're gonna come up with. I hope it does well.
I fixed the warp as best as I possibly could. Goal for today is to be dialed in on the handle. I'm going with this marble wood. It's already square. It's got some width so that I can sculpt in the ears. We are all together. This sword I have dubbed Dumbo because it looks like an elephant. Everything's come together to something I'm proud of. Let's go whack something, shall we? Pretty clean cut. Call that a day.
Bladesmiths, to see what kind of lethal damage your weapon will do, I'll take your Yadagon and deliver slashes and thrusts on this ballistics dummy. Dave, you're first. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's do this.
I'm so nervous right now, and I'm just hoping my blade will perform well.
It's got bowels dropping out everywhere.
Let's talk about your weapon, Dave. It follows the feel of a Yadagon that's supposed to be light and deadly. The edge you have here is sharp, where it's curved in to lacerate. Your Yadagon will kill.
Thank you very much.
All right, Gabe, your turn. You ready?
Go nuts, man.
Let's do this.
Dave's blade performed seemingly really well, guts falling out of the thing and blood everywhere, so a little nerve-wracking knowing they'll have to at least measure up to that.
All right, Gabe, it is so light, it really feels like it's not there. It's almost scary. When I thrust, it penetrates easily and slashes down. Overall, sir, your blade will kill.
Thank you.
I think we cut quite similarly. I would prefer to be ahead, but right now I feel like we're neck and neck.
All right, gentlemen, this is the strength test. To test the strength of your weapon, I'll be chopping into these bones 6 times. Dave, you're up first.
Hacking bone is a very difficult thing to do with a thin edge. I'm aghast knowing what's going to be coming.
All right, David, that's a tough test. Those are very thick bones, but what we've got going on here is a lot of chipping and distortion on your blade. We've also got a major crack in your handle. It runs right up through the pins. All right, Gabe, your turn. You ready for this?
Go nuts.
Okay, Gabe, the convex edge you've got on here is pretty much the perfect edge for a test like this. Sharp and strong. I can feel just the smallest amount of a roll. Nicely done.
Thank you.
All right, gentlemen, next up, the sharpness test. For that, I'll give it to Doug.
I have edge damage, I have handle damage. It's disheartening, but it's not over yet.
Bladesmiths, to see if your blade is still sharp, I will take your weapon and slash through these silks. If your blade is still sharp, it should cut cleanly. If not, it may rip or tear, or worse, do nothing. Dave, you're up first. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's do this. All right, I love the balance of your blade. I like the way it curves in, but you can really feel the edges now. It's serrated. It hangs up with silk, but then on the last piece, just when it's nice and taut, you can lacerate and cut through it. Overall, your blade will still cut.
Thank you.
All right, Gabe, it's your turn. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do this. All right, Gabe, your blade is so light, you're barely like cutting through air. I glided through this, lacerated, and of course in the finishing cuts here, cut easily through that silk. It cuts. Good job.
Thank you very much.
Bladesmiths, you both created remarkable finale weapons, but in this arena of competition, there can only be one Forged in Fire champion. And that champion is... Gabe, congratulations. You are the Forged in Fire champion. Dave, your weapon did not make the cut.
Dave, you brought us an outstanding weapon. That Yadagon is fantastic. But during the strength test, we lost structural integrity in the edge of your blade and in the handle with both scales fracturing. And those are things we obviously can't overlook, so that's why we're going to let you go.
Sure.
Dave, please surrender your weapon.
It's exactly what I expected. It was very difficult testing, but I'm still the guy with the cracked edge and the broken handle. It's like going out with a beautiful blonde and finding out she has BO, and my blade has BO.
Gabe, congratulations. You are the Forged in Fire champion and will be receiving a check for $10,000. Good job. I've never seen anybody less stoked about getting 10 grand in my entire life. Why don't you please present that weapon to the judges?
It feels great to be the Forged and Fire champion, but I'll do my celebrating behind closed doors. I felt like I was the underdog, but underdogs win sometimes, I guess.